Two more texts here. Remember, O Lord, the children of Edom in the day of Jerusalem, who said, raise it, even to the foundation thereof. This passage here teaches us that God remembers the wickedness of individuals and all nations, and God will bring all humanity into a final judgment where there are eternal outcomes. And that word, remember, in bold on the screen in yellow, it's the same word as you have male. He creates them male and female. What does this tell us? If we are created in the image of God, and this verse reveals an aspect of God's character, it tells us that godly men remember that there is a final judgment, that we are morally accountable for how we treat our brothers and our sisters, and that means we are called to the highest standards of moral and ethical behavior. Men also recognize the injustices that they have suffered, and rather than seeking vengeance in endless cycles of vendettas and revenge, we give final judgment over to God. If you read the imprecatory Psalms, O daughter Babylon, how happy shall they be who dash thy infants' heads against the rocks. It's a powerful verse, yes? In all of those imprecatory Psalms, the psalmist says, I have been hurt, and I'm angry, but I'm going to give the final judgment into God's hands. And when men have that attitude that God will hold every man accountable, it means I don't need to enter into cycles of vengeance and revenge and vendettas. I can break the cycle of violence today because God's going to take care of it in the final judgment. And the final text I want to share with you here on the concept of remembrance is Malachi 3:26-27. It says, then those who revered the Lord spoke with one another. The Lord took note and listened, and a book of what? Remembrance was written before him of those who revered the Lord and thought on his name. They shall be mine, saith the Lord of hosts, my special possession on the day when I act, and I will spare them as parents spare their children who serve them. What does this tell us about God's character? It tells us that God remembers his own. They're in a book of remembrance, and he's coming again for them. And that word remembrance, the book of remembrance, is the Hebrew cognate. It's a related word to male and female, to the word male there. And so God has a book of remembrance, and he's coming for his own. This passage tells us that to revere means to fear God, all right? So those who fear God and anticipate the second coming of Jesus Christ respond positively to the three angels' messages of Revelation chapter 14. They refuse to accept the mark of the beast. They eagerly wait for and work for the second coming of Jesus Christ. God remembers his own, and his own remember him. And his own follow the Lamb wherever he leads, rather than bow to the mandates of this fallen world.